Welcome back, Truth Seeker. In the headlines, the musician Pink has been sharing her experience about having the coronavirus. And she's saying not only does she have it, but so does her 3-year-old son, and he's very sick. If you're new here, we've been breaking down the headlines and predicting what's to come next in the ongoing contrived coronavirus pandemic by understanding the simple code of letters and numbers that is Gematria. Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words, which comes from Jewish mysticism Kabbalah. In Kabbalah's Book of Formation, it stated that God created the world with numbers, letters, and words. For going on 7 years, I've proven for every single day how pretty much everything reported in the mainstream is contrived by this code. We are ruled with propaganda. The coronavirus contrived pandemic is part of this ongoing agenda, and a crucial moment in this agenda. And the numbers we've continued to document include 56 and 70. Notice Pink was born Alicia Moore, and her name in Gematria sums to 56 and 70, like coronavirus is 56 and 70. We'll be talking about Event 201 in just a moment. Don't forget Event 201 of October 18th, 2019. That was the coronavirus outbreak simulation. Took place October 18th, 2019, the same day the Military World Games began in Wuhan, China. They initially reported patient 0 with coronavirus on the date December 12th. That was 56 days later. Like coronavirus is 56, like toilet paper is 56, like mind control is 56, like how there's a million examples of 56 being coded all over this ritual. So Alicia Moore, known as Pink, she has the right numbers. And then the detail about her 3-year-old child. 3 is the number when written out as a word that equals 56. So, what makes it all the more interesting is this mainstream story here shows herself and her child, and notice her child's jacket, clearly wearing a tiger. Now, this story came at the same time as a number of other stories in the news. This story was published one day after Nadia, the tiger, became the first non-human in the U.S. to test positive for coronavirus. This was Sunday, April 5th. Her story the next day with the child with the tiger patch. You've had Tiger Woods. They've made a big deal about him. Tiger Woods and family share Masters Championship dinner quarantine style, with the emphasis on quarantine style, which equals 201, like Event 201. The outbreak simulation. By the way, Nadia the tiger, this happened at the zoo. Zoo has that Gematria 56. They said she was a Malayan tiger, which equals 54, like how the story came on 5/4, the 5th day of the 4th month. And the day after that story, the same day that Pink was posing in the news with her child with the tiger on his jacket, that same day, April 6th, Al Kaline, Mr. Tiger of the Detroit Tigers, died. You know, Mr. Tiger dead in the news. And, of course, the #1 show on Netflix is Tiger King. Everyone's at home watching a lot of movies, TV shows. What's #1 in streaming is Tiger King. And this is the coronavirus pandemic. Corona means crown, like the king wears the crown. So again, the two thoughts about all this tiger theming. One is to watch out for Tisha B'Av weekend, which is always significant. Tisha B'Av begins July 29th this year. That will be International Tiger Day. That's also the day leaving 155 days left in the year. With the alphabetic order, coronavirus is 155. Notice where Nadia the tiger was diagnosed was the Wildlife Conservation Society, which equals 155 like coronavirus. So International Tiger Day leaves 155 days left in the year. And then the other thought is, this agenda will likely go on for some time. It doesn't mean we'll all be kept in quarantine for this long, but dealing with coronavirus-related news and policies, this agenda could have a planned finish date in the year 2022, 2022, the year of the tiger. And I imagine by then that could be when we're required to get a vaccination, or ID 2020, or the dye that was developed by MIT that was financed by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It's an injection that goes with a vaccine that gets in your blood and circulates through your body through the rest of your life, that contains all of your medical records. Or it could just be the evidence that you got the certain vaccination that's required. But again, year of the tiger 2022, 222 are the key digits in that. Wuhan coronavirus is 222. Event 201 is 222. New York, New York is 222, where event 201 was. Remember, from September 11, 2001 to March 11, 2020 was exactly 222 months. March 11, 2020 was the date they declared a global pandemic. World Economic Forum is 222. They co-hosted event 201 out of Switzerland, like the banks, like the World Health Organization, like where Bill Gates, who co-hosted event 201, said 3 years to the day of the pandemic that a pandemic was coming, and it very well could be intentional. He said that in Davos, Switzerland, January 22nd, 2017. And with regards to the Tigers thing, remember what the college football championship was to start this year? It was Tigers versus Tigers. The LSU Tigers beat the Clemson Tigers. And right after that was the Super Bowl, where the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the 49ers. And we talked about the giant 2-2-2 ritual on that way before the game was played. It's why we helped a lot of people win a lot of money off the Chiefs. Andy Reid got his 222nd career win, and Kansas City got their second championship 222 weeks on the nose after they won the World Series. From the Royals beating the New York Mets in the World Series to defeating the 49ers in the Super Bowl was exactly 222 weeks later. And then ESPN made a big deal about how the 49ers had the highest payroll in the league with $222 million. And the date of the game was 2/2/2020. And like I said, and like I've been teaching for years, the numbers they encode in the Super Bowl are the numbers you see show up in the big news stories throughout the year. It's all connected. It's all ritual. It's all controlled by the same cabal. It's all what comes through the mainstream, the media. Everything in the mainstream and the media is done by this Kabbalah code. Letters and numbers and words. Been proving it for 7 years straight. Called all the major news stories before they happen. Called all the major sports outcomes. All from understanding this code. And it's just like I told people last year. I started telling people September of 2018. I said, around the time of August 11, 2019, if not that day, not long after, possibly in early 2020, you will see the next 9/11 type event, the next part of the ritual. And I explained, it's all about 19. The motto is order out of chaos, which equals 222. Chaos equals 19. The moon's on a 19-year cycle. The you-know-who's follow the moon. Tisha B'Av, a you-know-who holiday, falls on the same day every 19 years. Order out of chaos. Chaos code. That's what you have to understand about these people and how they operate. It's astrology, it's numerology, it's gematria. It's following scripture. It's writing the script off the scripture. It's bringing all things together. News, sports, politics. It's how the agenda is executed. And by the way, with regards to the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, remember, the Native Americans were genocided with smallpox. And on April 10th, they gave us this headline: the smallpox ruling that could stand against coronavirus. This was CNN's front page story all day, April 10th. Smallpox. Something that was used as a biological weapon centuries ago to destroy a populace of people. Smallpox equals 104, like the date 10/4, the 10th day of the 4th month. The Chiefs, a native team, won the Super Bowl. The United States of America is still 243 years old. Native American equals 243. History repeating itself by the numbers. Don't forget, right after the Super Bowl, this was a story. LSU, former standout player who's now a member of the Kansas City Chiefs. His former college team won the championship, then his NFL team won the Super Bowl. But he wasn't happy because his brother had just dropped out at age 31. And Morris Claiborne wore the number 20. The Chiefs beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl 31-20. Then his brother dies at 31, the man who wears 20. Don't forget, death equals 20. And like we said at the beginning of the year, 2020 was going to be a rough year for celebrities. Rough year for celebrities because 20 is death. I said 20, death. It'll be the theme of the year. His name Morris, also fateful. Morris 38, death 38 and 20. Again, you got to know your base ciphers. Alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. So, just wanted to add a little bit more on this tiger theming. It's clearly all over the place. Celebrities being used to spread stories about the virus that makes them real in the minds of the masses. Mind control. Don't forget it. Coronavirus equals mind control equals toilet paper. Ask yourself, why would people go out and buy toilet paper? Only because the media told them it could sell out because of the virus. It's all a big mockery. And it's all symbolism for what's going to happen to our paper, our currency. Flush down the toilet. Till next time, Truth Seeker.